What's that, Debbie?
Magic Monday's coming.
What? When?
This Monday. A Magic Monday.
Tomorrow Monday?
Tomorrow Monday.
Magic Monday again, 2 weeks in a row.
I know. They're magical. You never know when they're going to happen.
So will there be one again next Monday?
Don't know. They're magical.
What? Magic Monday, 2 weeks in a row. Tune in tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow already. It's not even, you haven't even watched this yet.
That's right. We'll see you again tomorrow.
Magic Monday.
Hey!
Hey, hi.
Welcome to the Natasha and Debbie show.
Hello.
That's brutal.
Just two patriotic girls.
So please don't take us the wrong way.
Happy Sunday. Welcome to the Natasha and Debbie show.
Welcome.
As she spins around in her never on camera before chair. I don't know.
What was that?
It's not a new chair, so it's the first time in the video with us.
It's my work chair. I just never use it in the video. But
So pardon Natasha's
I'm going to be over here.
scooching around and writing through the video.
This is why it's never been on the videos, because I can't sit still. But
I wouldn't be able to either.
there's a rug under here. Anyway, welcome to the show, guys. Thanks for being here on Sunday. Hope you're having a good day.
Before we get into everything, if you like today's video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing.
Because it's free and it's fun to do. And all the cool kids are doing it.
That's right. They are. And thank you to those that have been doing that lately.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. We appreciate you. So, today,
and in general, we've been talking a lot about how to travel in and out and around and about all different ways to do it.
Yeah.
So we did take a look at the
Caledonia sleeper.
Thank you for
I
that.
almost said cell, sleeper cell. Sleeper train. About 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And so this popped up, and it's the same guy, actually. This guy, I want his life.
Right?
I
To
want
go
his-
travel around and do this stuff?
Yeah, the most coolest things ever. But today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's how to get out of the UK. Just kidding. So
Or
it's like,
in.
well, I don't know about that.
I guess you could do it in reverse.
I don't know. This one is specifically might be a better way to leave. Definitely a more expensive one
Mhm.
than just flying home. This is London to New York by luxury ship, and that luxury ship would be, you guessed it, the Queen Mary 2.
There
I
you
started
go.
to give it 2, then I'm like, this would be the correct way.
There you go.
I almost went the other way. And this is supposed to be retracing the historic routes. Don't get mad at me. I know you have it your way.
Everybody says it different.
Across the Atlantic that people would have taken between Europe and the U.S. back in the day.
How
Which
cool.
I know. And didn't even know this was an option to do. Did you? Let us know. But we thought we need to see this. Do this thing, man. I'm excited about this.
Let's do it.
Today, I'm taking this luxury ship for
Holy
7
crap.
days from
Sorry.
London all the way over to New York. I'll show you exactly what it's like to live on board the world's last ocean liner, from my first class suite to the fine dining and opulent
hello.
facilities as we explore this huge vessel. And yes, you can bring your dog.
What?
And the cherry on top, our arrival into New York, welcomed by the iconic
I think that's the
Manhattan
cherry
skyline.
on top.
Of course, crossing the Atlantic still has its challenges, and we'll experience gale force storms and even a medevac at sea. With that, let's pick up my story at the beginning of this mammoth voyage at London Waterloo Station.
Alrighty. Let's do this thing.
It's a busy one this morning as we catch our train to Southampton for the 90-minute jaunt down to the docks. We're retracing the
Pretty.
steps many would have taken on their way to America over the last century. Historically,
Sorry, really quick pause. It's just really interesting to think about how many people, would have taken this journey.
Mhm.
Our families or not.
Yep.
Either way, it's just a really cool thought and also really interesting. So anyway.
steps many would have taken on their way to America over the last century. Historically, in first class, you'd have stayed upon arrival at the then luxury Southwestern Hotel before
Nice.
catching your ocean liner the following day. Oh, and yes, that does include the Titanic, which also departed Southampton.
Hit it.
Now it's a short taxi over to the cruise terminal, where we catch the first sight of our new home for the
Wow.
next
That
7
is a
days.
monster.
Well, hello and welcome back to the channel. You join me here in Southampton in the UK, where I'm going to be starting my journey today on the Queen Mary 2.
That's a
Let's go and
monster.
sort out the various formalities that we've got to do in order to take this ocean liner over to the United States, like you would have done many years ago.
Departure is dealt with in a similar vein to an airport. The large terminal is bustling with activity as some 2,000 people will be boarding today. Thankfully, as we're grills guests, we won't have to queue and are shown directly to our check-in desk.
Nice.
As you can see, there's quite a few documents required here for boarding procedure, though these are processed swiftly and within no time at all, it's time to board. This is done via a large gangway to prevent a bottleneck, as you'd imagine with this many people.
Right. Okay.
Now we're up close and personal, this is truly a staggeringly large ship. To put it into context for you, you could put the Empire State Building on its side and it would be of a similar length at 1,132 feet.
What? That's... Holy crap!
That's huge.
Okay.
Just incredible.
I didn't know that.
No.
I mean, looking at that thing, it looks like a monster, right?
Up like,
but you put an Empire State Building size scale there, it's like, oh God, Lord.
Yeah.
But
2,000 people, I mean, that's a lot of people. You gotta put them somewhere.
Yeah, but dear Lord, man.
After a final document check, it's time to step on board. I'm presented with my room key, which will double as my onboard ship credit card. We're met with the impressive grand lobby, which extends 5 decks high in the centre of the ship. Aside from being a central meeting place and a hub for the ship's shopping outlets, it's currently where musicians are welcoming the 2,000 guests aboard.
This is awesome.
First port of call, pardon the pun, let's go and check out my suite, and in order to get here, we'll need to take one of the 20 elevators up to deck 10.
10?
Okay.
So I'm in stateroom 10030, which is mid-forward on the port side of the vessel. Well, welcome on board and to my cabin. This is the Princess Suite that I'm going to be spending the next 7 days in. Do bear with me, I'm not used to travelling by ship, as you know, but let's get settled in and I'll show you all around. But yeah, it's certainly... Wait a second, who could that be?
Hi.
His mom.
Hello, fancy seeing you here.
Expect to see me.
Do come in,
Thank you.
Come and check out our suite.
Gosh, it's amazing.
It's cool, isn't it?
Isn't it? Like, oh, look at the view.
That's beautiful.
But yeah, I know. Well, the beautiful Southampton.
There's a lot of hotel rooms around.
The next 7 days. Our porter did say that apparently we've got our cases arriving in just a minute. Let's get settled in and then we'll show you all around on our way to New York.
Wow.
There were a total of 76 Princess Suite staterooms, which were refurbished back in 2016. All rooms are available as either a king or, like here, twin beds. There's a small desk space and a phone for all your room service orders, which, by the way, is included.
Nice.
I'm happy to see that a separate coffee machine and kettle are provided. Princess Suites get complimentary.
I like how they provided the kettle too.
Oh, that's true. You know, I have to say before you hit that back, I am not this isn't a cruise ship. I get that. I'm not a cruise ship person. I think those things are, I will shut up. A lot of Americans are. I don't know about people over there. I don't know. I know people here. You guys like into the cruise ship things? I'm just not a fan of them. This is a totally different thing to me. This I would do. I'm not really, I get seasick though. So I'm hoping I wouldn't on this because this seems like something I would be absolutely like a once in a lifetime bucket list experience for sure.
Yeah, I mean, this room looks amazing.
Good Lord, I could live in this room.
Right?
Bottled mineral water, along with a fridge stocked with a bottle of champagne. There's a walk-in wardrobe and ample room to store your suitcases alongside all of your clothes. And of course the small living area of the lounge.
Right?
Naturally, I've already requested an ice bucket for my champagne. I actually brought along my own bottle from duty free, some Krug, which aside from being my favourite, I know Mum hasn't tried it before. Of course, there's an ensuite, which is spacious, albeit a little dated. Grills guests can enjoy Penhaligon's amenities, which I'm a huge fan of. Lastly, there's a full-size bath cum shower. Additionally, there's a large balcony, but let's take a look at that when we're at sea. As dusk begins to fall over Southampton, we're notified by the captain that we're on schedule for our 5 PM sharp departure time.
1 hour later.
The nighttime cruising
And just like that, we're off. Next stop, New York City in 7 days. I think this is also the perfect time to crack open that bottle of Krug. Now this is really the most civilised way to depart on a voyage across the Atlantic, don't you think?
Yeah. Non-alcoholic's fine too.
By our second glass, we're already heading past Portsmouth and off around the Isle of Wight.
Oh, cool.
So it's time to boot the Tims off, because dinner on the Queen Mary 2 is quite the formal affair. Yes, that means a dress code.
Nice.
Men are requested to wear a jacket on these informal nights, but hey, I can still get away with my tee underneath. Something most will struggle with initially is the feeling that the ship is a maze. It does take some getting used to.
That would be interesting, yeah.
Dinner is on deck 7, so instead of the elevators, I think we'll take the stairs, given there's going to be quite a lot of eating on.
I like that Art Deco style, like, you know, the design, even on the floor, on the glass. I love that. It's one of my favorite types of time periods and things. And it is beautiful. Such attention to detail on a ship like this. This is just absolutely beautiful.
On this trip, I probably do need the extra steps.
It's like a shoot.
Now there's a plethora of options available to us. For example, the main restaurant, the Britannia, located on decks 2 and 3.
Jeez.
It's a stunning place to be. Art Deco by design, with set dining of early or late sittings for over 1,000 people.
Here's
a sample menu for you.
Oh yeah, chicken and slow down. Rainbow
However,
trout.
due to being grills guests, and as I mentioned, we're invited to a different restaurant this evening. Welcome to the Princess Grill on deck 7. This is exclusively for those in a princess suite, plus you have your own table which is available for you throughout the voyage.
Nice.
There's a wide selection of options available, and we're encouraged to request for, well, anything if it's not there. Mum is a vegetarian, so this certainly helped for some of the nights. To start, we both went for the Kentish goat's cheese and apple mousse.
That looks great.
It's delicious. For main, Mum went for the spiced courgette kofta, whereas I went for, of course, the steak. To close, we're presented with some chocolate and accompanying desserts. Mum has the coffee parfait, whilst I go for the vanilla cheesecake, which unfortunately isn't really to my liking.
What?
With dinner out of the way, it's time for this evening's entertainment. This is the Royal Court Theatre, which spans 2 decks of the ship, 2 and 3. There's enough room for up to 1,000 guests and becomes popular during evening performances. Tonight we're watching the 4 Harps, 4 Irish singer-dancers, and my word, they're fabulous.
I bet. Yeah, I have an idea. We could see if we can get a free cruise. I'm calling it a cruise. On here. We could perform live in the theater, the Natasha and Debbie show.
We could do the Natasha and Debbie show.
I think everybody would want refunds the second they showed up to watch the theater.
We'll travel.
So, Mum, how was your first evening on the, I was going to say train then, on the boat? How was it?
Oh, it was fun.
It's been good.
We had a good meal.
And yeah, I think that's the end of day 1 on the oceans.
Yeah, really exciting. Loving it.
Well, that's it. Off to sleep for us. Or so we thought.
Oh no, what happened?
So it's 2 AM and just off the coast of Cornwall, there's a medical emergency.
Now I'm freaked out. I don't want to do this anymore. Okay, you're okay.
The next day.
Good morning, and what a beautiful morning it is. Let's get out on that balcony then and enjoy the sunshine.
Not sure I would.
The balcony is of a decent size, about 90 square feet, and one of my favourite places to go and relax.
Let's see why.
Okay, yeah, I would know. That there's stuff beneath you.
Anyway, I'm not sure about you, but I'm starved. Let's head to breakfast. I'll put this card on my door, so our room is made up in our absence. Welcome back to the Princess Grill restaurant. Here's a clearer view of our table, which...
Can I just say I don't think it's fair that he gets to eat on these videos and we don't? all of us as a whole.
All of us. I'm sure you're getting hungry too.
Yeah, this is crap. I want some food. And I want some of this stuff.
Heck yeah, I want that vanilla cheesecake he didn't quite care for.
Yeah, I'm sure it'd be fine to our likings.
Which, as I said, is ours for the entire voyage.
Oh,
I'm told, however, that if you don't like where you're seated, they will try their best to move you if space is available. We're pretty happy though, and have made some great new friends.
Avocado toast.
I'll start with a strong almond milk cappuccino.
Looks amazing.
Perfect. Note there's a decent bakery selection available, though I instead go for the avocado on toast this morning.
Oh, yeah.
It's fabulous, though a little on the small side portion-wise.
Get 2.
It's time to take a proper look around outside now that the weather is pleasant.
See, it's way better than a stupid cruise ship.
Okay, so the Queen Mary 2 is not a cruise ship, and as such does not have as much outside space.
Which is a good thing. Again, I think so. I think cruise ships are not. Don't get mad at me if you like cruise ships. I'm sorry. I just don't. I don't. For many, many reasons I won't talk about here. But this is class.
This is class.
This is class.
And doing it, like they would have done originally to get across the sea. So they wouldn't have had all that fun.
I don't even
shippy
call it
stuff.
fun. You mean the tackier
All the cruise shippy stuff.
cruise shippy stuff. That's a nice way of putting it. I just think this is absolutely incredible, though.
Just pools and flumes that you'd get on cruise ships of this size. What
Right.
it does have though is an outer deck which runs the entire perimeter of the ship. And with 1 mile needing 3 laps, we've certainly got our work cut out.
Okay, that'd be fun to
Honestly,
do.
we probably did
Yeah.
2 to 3 miles a day. It's such a lovely way to get that much needed exercise whilst at sea. As we head to the rear of the ship, or in proper terminology, the aft, you'll see there's a pool and a couple of hot tubs.
Okay, I purposely, last time we did the video, he had every NASA hoodie that I owned.
Yep.
And I purposely wore this because I'm like, hey, this is the guy that wore all my NASA stuff. I didn't actually think he'd wear another NASA thing, so
Oh, he sure did.
I'm getting his attention, so he'll take me with him next time. That is so cool. We'd have to have a Titanic
It's certainly a
summit.
surreal experience being so
Yeah.
many miles from anyone as we
Wow.
head further still away from civilization.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
In contrast, you'll see the front of the ship is really quite different. It's incredibly windy, of course, but there's a lot less space and not really comparable views. So with that, let's hot foot it up to the top deck. Next, we'll pass the kennels. There is space for 24 dogs and cats on board, and at a cost of $1,000 each, they're certainly pampered pets.
Holy crap.
Get this though,
Okay.
they've even got a lamppost from Liverpool for the UK dogs, and a fire hydrant from New York for the US ones.
Shut up!
Aside from the outside space, there's an owner's
That's
lounge
awesome.
where you can spend time with your pet 4 times daily. There is
Wait,
also
Aw.
a weekly dog show, which we'll certainly be back for later on in the voyage. Let's
cool.
continue
So cool.
upwards then, to deck 13, the sun deck, or for hilarity purposes, a chance for me to show off my golf skills.
Hilarity. Let's not.
And yes, we've still not made it to the highest point of the ship, deck 14. This is located near the front of the ship above the bridge, and offers a spectacular perspective of the rest of the ship.
Oh, wow.
Better hope his drone don't fall in the ocean.
That's cool up there.
It
After
is.
such excitement, Mum and I head for the Grills Lounge. Located on deck 7, it's exclusively available to Queen and Princess Grill guests, and it offers complimentary tea, coffee and soft drinks, and there is also afternoon tea here served later on.
Very cool.
Awesome.
Very cool. I'm a little obsessed with this right now.
Given our plans for a large afternoon tea, we elect to have a more simple room service lunch back at our room, and the selection is pretty good. All of this is included in your rate, aside from of course the drinks. As we wait for room
Not
service
bad.
to arrive,
Yeah.
here is one of the other dining options, the King's Court. It's a buffet style dining area, which has no dress code per se, and has more flexible
Sushi.
serving hours.
Yeah.
The
I'd be
food
there.
here is solid, but not a hit on the grills or Britannia restaurants. We both go for the sweet cherry tomato soup, served with a warm ciabatta roll.
Just realized that's the same sweatshirt I have on right now. He's just wearing the white one.
Uh-huh. Yep, yes.
That's too funny. This guy and I have the same clothes.
You guys have the same taste in clothes. That's
We do.
funny.
We do. I want to know if you guys would do this trip. I absolutely would, with
Heck
no
yeah.
doubt about it.
I also couldn't resist ordering the
Ooh,
mac
yeah.
and cheese,
Mm.
which is absolutely divine. So much for a light
Yeah.
lunch after all, hey? Now to embrace what this trip can also be, a time to truly relax and unwind, or perhaps 40 winks or so as we glide ever further westwards.
So, Mum, I think it's time for a spot of afternoon tea. I mean, let's be honest, it is a Cunard tradition, but where is that?
It's in the Queen's room.
The Queen's... Now, am I right in saying that they do other stuff there as well?
I think they do things in the evening.
The evening,
But
right.
it's a very elegant, like a ballroom, I think.
I like the sound of it. It
Nice.
sounds very
Yeah.
classy.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not suited to the class, but Mother is. So
Oh,
hopefully
thank
your
you.
class can rub off on me.
The Queen's room is located on deck 3, complete with a double height
Nice.
ceiling,
That's
sweeping
so
dance
cool.
floor and glistening chandeliers.
Very pretty.
It's the location for afternoon tea and formal events. It
I
can,
love the
however, be
chairs.
very busy, so the suggestion is to arrive early, prior to 3:30. It really brings back the romance of timeless ocean travel.
Am I crazy, or was that Tiptree Drams? It is.
Okay.
Look, right
Yeah.
there. Tiptree.
Good eye. And that is some good jam.
That's
We've
some of the
tried it.
best on planet Earth. We
Yes.
would know. We've had it. And thankfully, we can get it right up the street.
Absolutely. I'll take some right now.
I would too. It is
Good
class.
eye.
The bygone era. My sweet tooth is also all for it, and I have to say, I'm glad I didn't have that 3-course lunch.
Oh, yes, please.
Wow.
Do let me know down below, do you put cream or jam on your scones first? It's a hot British debate, so
We
do
aren't
jump
saying
in
a
if you have a
word.
strong preference.
We're staying out of that one. Damn.
Well, hello there. Mum and I have decided that it is the perfect opportunity to go and try the onboard jacuzzi out. Now, of course,
Yep.
the ship's so big, there are many to choose from. However, there's a special area which is specifically for Princess and Queen Grill suites, which apparently we can go to at the very back of the ship. We've no idea if there's going to be other people there or what it's going to be like, but I've got my dressing gown on and get my slippers on. Let's go and see what it is like to go in a jacuzzi in the middle of the Atlantic.
Looks nice.
No, that's insane. Just never done any sort of, cruises, so for me it'd be just weird to look out and see the ocean
Right.
while being in water.
Now it's time to dress to impress, because it's gala night.
It's Lady Razor. Yeah, he's tying his bow tie. He's not doing those big ones. Good for you.
Well, this is certainly a change for the channel. When did you last see me so formal?
Love it.
Of course, appropriate for this evening, but we're missing a very,
Nice.
very important element of tonight's outfit.
Come on, you really were not expecting me to forget NASA now, were you? Let's crack on with an ice-cold bottle of Laurent Perrier Rosé. Doesn't Mum look lovely this evening?
She does.
Nah, he doesn't have a...
Oh, hey,
You have cufflinks?
there we go.
Button covers?
Cheers. Now the awkward situation. We have a half bottle of champagne left. Of course, I'm going to have to take that to dinner. Is this uncouth? Yes, certainly. But wouldn't
Yeah.
you do the same?
I mean, I don't drink, so... Save it for later, couldn't you?
Would think. Probably go flat.
Yeah, sure. God, it's so... The freaking elevators are gorgeous, for God's
Yeah,
sakes.
they are.
This is pretty. Right here.
Let's take a look at that menu then. It's impressive that there's an entire new menu served each evening.
Wow.
Nice.
After a champagne top-up, we both start off with the Thai vegetable
Oh, that would
spring
be good.
rolls with a rice noodle salad and a tangy cashew sauce.
Ooh.
Now for our main course. Mum goes for the black pepper tofu, whilst I go for the roast rib of beef with caramelised root vegetables, roast potatoes and a red wine sauce.
Jeez.
And as it looks, it's phenomenal. For dessert, Mum chooses the baked Alaska, but I think you'd guessed by now, of course, I went for the dark chocolate mousse, with an interesting garnish of coriander. It definitely worked though. Now whilst there is the temptation for the cheese plate, to be honest with you, I'm completely stuffed, and I really shouldn't.
Well,
So to
rub it in.
continue on the partying atmosphere, we must now head back down to the Queen's Room, which has totally been transformed from afternoon tea to the masquerade ball.
Nice.
so cool.
I love it.
You notice that most people seem to be of a certain age,
Yeah. Y'all seem to be a
closer to
little
his
older.
mother's age.
It's a truly memorable evening, with lots of
Right, 'cause they
singing,
can afford
dancing
it.
and a few G&Ts
That in the
to
time.
boot. With that, and after a long day of, well, eating and exploring, it's very much time for sleep.
Oh, cool. Sure,
Let me just hang our breakfast in bed order up. Yes, this is a thing, and off to bed I go.
Can you keep the slippers and the...
I don't know.
Probably not.
Good question.
Accidentally sneaks in your bag. You did?
Surely you would get charged.
I'm still trying to figure out in my head the price tag of this trip. A lot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and good news, breakfast has arrived.
That looks
I'd say
amazing.
it's definitely worth doing 1 or 2 days of the trip, as of course it's a much more relaxed way to start your day. Right, you know what time it is? It's the dog show. It's only thanks to my friend
yay.
Tim that I knew about this. Cunard have a dedicated photographer for the owners to get the very best snaps of their dogs at sea. It really is quite a unique atmosphere, and very few non-dog owners know about this.
This is bittersweet right now.
It is.
Aw,
How awesome.
they're all beautiful.
With just about as much canine excitement for one day, let's take it down a notch and go and check out the largest library at sea. Located on deck 8, at the very front of the
wouldn't have
ship,
thought
the
that.
library offers a place to relax and browse one of the 6,000 titles available.
Nice.
And it's gorgeous in there. The detail on every single spot of this ship is absolutely impeccable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they didn't leave any little spot not just completely done perfect.
We'll take one of the 2 glass elevators down to deck 2 as it's time to head to lunch. Being British, I'm excited that there's a seagoing pub, and whilst it's certainly fancier than most boozers, it's got a certain charm to it which I'd rate. And yes, worry not, it's DC time.
A lot of
Unfortunately, the
eating.
pub didn't really have
Yes.
the same flexibility for vegetarians, so my mum's ploughman's looked a little forlorn. Meanwhile, I have a hearty fish and chips to tuck into.
mushy peas. Sorry.
So here's what you need to know about the Atlantic Ocean. It changes in a matter of minutes. Sure, it was perfectly sunny whilst we're having lunch, but just a few minutes later, a gale begins to rock the ship.
Yeah, this is the part I would not be able to handle.
Yeah.
I really wouldn't.
It's a good job I've not got seasick on
Oh.
this trip, as if anything is going to make you, this will.
Yeah,
Bear in
see,
mind the Queen Mary 2 is one of the most stable ships in the ocean, but today she's no match for Mother Nature.
Yeah, get the medical chopper back in for me and get me
To
out
make
of there.
matters even more interesting, we have a booking this afternoon for the planetarium, which could
Oh.
certainly be a challenge if it's still this stormy.
Yeah.
Nah, dude.
Not with the
The
same.
Illuminations Theatre plays host to the planetarium. It's essentially this huge dome which comes down from the ceiling and presents the most unique way of watching and indeed learning about our universe.
But I'm wondering how the poor dogs are doing too with that.
Yeah, right.
In the 1920s, when astronomers, using what was then
As the sun sets on our last day at sea, let's talk cost. How much was this? Well, here's the thing.
Okay.
Take
Well,
some
here's the
guesses.
thing. When you say here's the thing, that doesn't go well. So what do you think?
Oh.
It's including all the food,
gosh.
right? Except for the beverages. What do you guys think? Don't put it in the comments, but just think about it first. And let's find out together. But my guess is I'm not giving one until you give it yours. Then I'll. You're smart.
I'm gonna guess somewhere around $3,800.
I'm gonna say like 6,000.
Okay.
It's a week.
It is a week.
All those meals. How nice that place is.
Mm-hmm.
So let's find out. He said, here's the thing. Well, here's the thing.
You need to book early to secure your passage with Cunard. Grill suites often sell out 6 to 12 months in advance, as their transatlantic crossings are incredibly popular.
Okay.
I paid a total of £5,198 for the 2 of us, and yes, it's not cheap, but
Okay, you're way closer. Man, if I had stuck
That's
with
for
my
2
second
people.
one. Yeah, you were on it. So for us, it's $6,372 for 2 people, which is,
Yeah.
we are 2 people
Yeah.
also.
And all the extra with the princess suite upgrade, so you have your own place
Yeah,
where you
but
can go to the spa. And
Why would you not do that part?
Your own dining area.
Look, it's 381 square feet, that suite is. Holy crap.
I know
That is
It's
monstrous.
not too bad for a suite on a ship.
That's huge. Because of my seasickness, though, there's no way I could do it, unfortunately. I would love to, but I'd have to have a guarantee that the sea would
And that there
cooperate.
would
And
be
that
no,
can't happen.
yeah.
No one can guarantee that. But you guys think it's worth it? Let us know in the comments.
I think it would be.
for 7 nights full board for such an iconic crossing, it's one I'll do again in a heartbeat. Back in our room, we need to put our bags out ready to be taken down for storage tonight by the porters. Right, I'm off to sleep. It's a super early 4
It's a
AM
very
start
comfortable
in
bed,
the
too.
morning.
Mhm.
I awake to see land for the first time in 7
that would be
days.
cool.
What a surreal feeling it is. Let's head out on deck to experience passing under the Verrazano Bridge with just a few feet of clearance.
Yeah, you barely covered that. Or uncovered it.
Wow.
Almost been home. You know, people looked at that statue.
Mm-hmm.
Much later.
I will have to admit I went back to sleep as we complete docking arrangements in New York. So it's about 10 AM now, and we're given a specific slot to allow for ease of departure. One final ride down to deck 2 and it's off. It's hard to imagine back in the last century the countless amount of people that made this ferry voyage for pleasure, work or a fresh start in the States. Because, well, it was the only way of getting here.
Yeah.
Well, it's with great pleasure that we welcome you to the wonderful New York City, of course in the iconic Times Square. Have you had a good trip, Mum?
It's been brilliant.
Hasn't
Thank
it?
you.
Oh, no,
Thank you for bringing me.
No, it's been great having you along. It's been honestly absolutely amazing to spend some time together, quality time together, and just relax and escape in like a bubble of reality going across the Atlantic.
That's
But anyway,
sweet. That is so sweet that he took his mom with him. You know, Debbie and I don't have our moms anymore, and I'm sure there's quite a few of you probably don't either.
Yeah.
So what a sweet thing to do. And it would be so much more fun to take your mom with you. You know?
It would be. I mean, that
It's very
is
awesome.
so cool to have. Like
Yeah.
like they said, the quality time there, spent
yeah.
together.
There's no price tag on that with
No.
someone you love.
No, there
No.
sure isn't.
I really thought this was quite amazing. It was absolutely luxurious for sure. Expensive, sure, but you get so much to that, and the ship is just top notch. I mean, you can't beat that thing. That thing is amazing.
No, not at all. And I think even though it wasn't a cruise ship like the Carnival type stuff,
The cheap Carnival.
it seemed like there was still plenty of stuff to do every day, without overwhelming you. You know,
Yeah, I agree with that.
and to go like they used to travel.
Yeah, it's just that iconic trip, like you said too. To take that same. I don't want to say the word. You guys will get mad at me. The same itinerary to get here.
Itinerary.
We'll go with that.
Yeah.
If you guys like this episode, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to our channel. Again, we're trying to find different things as far as transportation and different ways to move about. Not like we said at the beginning, like Debbie said, not just in the UK, but also in and out of.
Yeah, in and out. Different ways to do stuff. I mean, we're just trying to take a look at everything that we possibly can.
Yeah, not saying we could do all this stuff because good Lord, we're not millionaires.
No, definitely not.
Head on over to the Buy Me a Coffee link if you'd like to make us such. It's in the description of the videos. But no, it's neat to see all the different opportunities and different choices and things you can do, though, that I wasn't privy to this information.
No, not at all. And I mean, why not take a look at all the different ways to do it? And, you know, who knows, maybe it'll stimulate someone to take a trip that they hadn't thought of, or maybe they thought was possible, but didn't know how to get the information.
That's true. Queen Mary 2. To me, that's the most stunning ship I think that I've ever seen. Let us know in the comments, please, other things to check out transportation-wise inside the UK. We've done canal boats now.
Yep.
We've done the sleeper train.
Yes.
And this is a little bit different. This isn't traveling within the UK. But other things to check out, other ways to get around the UK. You know, not sure what else there is to really look at in that regard. So let us know. We will be back Magic Monday. Don't forget, Magic Monday tomorrow. It's a special episode. And yes, I know that's 2 Magic Mondays in a row. But don't get too excited or upset. It won't happen that much more.
They're magical. You never know when they're going to happen.
But this is your warning.
Got lucky, 2 in a row.
2 in a row. So Magic Monday. Make sure you have on your notifications. Guys, thanks so much. Love like jazz.
Be as strong as Tyson.
Bye.